Hello, I'm going to be talking about some of the features of the Covia app. So I'm going to start off by talking about venues. So what are venues? Venues are the places where operations happen on the grid and where data is stored. And they act as a system of record for all of the different interactions which happen between different systems across organizational boundaries. And as you can see in the app here, I've got a number of different venues configured. I can connect to more if I want to. But in this case, let's take a look at one of these. We've got the Covia Space venue, which is actually running on Hugging Face cloud services. And the different venues can be across any clouds, across any different infrastructure. And if I go in to look at this, I can see some details about it. I can see its URL. I can see it's got a decentralized identifier, a number of different stats. And as I say, this is running on Hugging Face, so I can actually go to the Hugging Face site and I can see the venue itself and the different server details associated with that. And it's got everything like the Swagger API, so you can access different endpoints if you're a developer. But once I've got a venue, I can then look at the different operations available. So in this case, this venue's got a lot of different operations available, everything from MCP tools to orchestration operations, HTTP operations. It's also got a number of different LLMs considered. So for example, I could use the Gemini model chat operation if I want to run a chat with Gemini. So I can go into this interface, which lets you actually directly invoke an operation on any venue from the app. So in this case, I've got a prompt which is to write a poem. I've also provided an API key, and I've said which model I want to use, which is the Gemini 2.5. So I'm just going to run this operation. It's going to take a couple of seconds for Gemini to respond, but in a few seconds it's going to come back with a poem. So it's actually composed a little poem and it's given that as the response to this operation. So you can see the status of the operation is complete. We can see the timestamps. We can see that it took just under 5 seconds in order to do that. So this is actually run on Gemini, on Google servers, but the venue itself has recorded all of the different operations that it's executed on your behalf. So in this case, I can go to jobs, I can look at the various different operations, and I can see that Gemini model chat with this job ID went through at this particular time, and it produced this poem. So you've always got this immutable record of everything that the venue has ever performed on your behalf, which is fundamental if you want traceability across all of your different AI agentic operations. The other thing I'm going to show very quickly is the idea of artifacts. So artifacts are data assets which are managed within venues. So you can see we've got a couple of different data sets here. We've got an iris data set, which is a machine learning data set, and we've in fact got the work from Shakespeare, which is the complete work of Hamlet. So you can actually store any kind of data as assets on servers, on your venues. And this is really important because you're often going to want to use these artifacts as inputs to different operations, or perhaps produce them as outputs from operations, which is what lets you orchestrate more complicated agentic workflows.